So, Harry, here we are at GearFest, Audient stand, and you've got some new stuff.
Yes, we have a few new things. We have, first of all, our Evo 16 audio interface, which is the latest offering from our Evo range of audio interfaces. This is an 8 mic pre audio interface. It has the features that the smaller Evo interfaces have that you would expect. So some of the smart things that we've managed to get in there, like the smart gain feature. So this is now an 8-channel mic, 8-channel audio interface. So with the smart gain feature, you can set all 8 channels at the same time in under 20 seconds. So it's perfect for getting up and running with your recording sessions very quickly and easily. We've added a little screen
How do you
here.
engage the smart?
So the smart gain, you basically just press this button. The screen tells you which channels you want to select. Currently, we don't have anything playing, but you select the channels, and then you press it again, and it will do some flashing for a bit. And then within 20 seconds, any of the channels you've pressed, whether it's 1 or 2 or all of them, it will set the gain perfectly, so you're ready to start recording. So this is great for recording drums. If you have like a bunch of synths maybe, and you just want to set the gain every time you change a patch, things like that. You also have really easy display of everything going on. So you can press a channel button, and the screen will then display dB-wise what gain you're getting. If you have a stereo synth or keyboard or something, you can hold down both channels like that and stereo link them together. Now each one is decibel level, accurately adjusting the gain. And then, when you stop doing it, when you stop doing anything, it will show you what's happening on the meters. Again, you can change the outputs. It's got all these various functions that are available, such as talkback, alt speaker if you have multiple speakers connected. All sorts of amazing features there. In terms of I/O, as I said, it's 8 mic preamps, but these are combi jacks, so you can have 8 mic or 8 line. It's got 2 DI inputs, which are connectable on the front and switchable very easily with a button. It's got 8 line outputs, so perfect for speakers or running out to outboard gear. And it also has 2 sets of optical connectors, so you can actually get a total of 24 inputs and 24 outputs when you're fully expanded.
So in a scenario where you've used the smart gain to set everything up, one of the channels gets a little bit hot and you think, oh right, I want to dive in and dial that down. How easy is it to select and grab?
Yeah, so that's really simple. So you can basically just click on whichever input's looking a bit too hot, and then just literally just adjust it back down again manually if you'd like. Or you can simply reactivate Smart Gain if you'd like to do that, but obviously it's super quick to just jump in there, quickly adjust it. You can also control it from software as well, so if you're focusing on the computer and you see that it's running a bit hot, you can just jump into the Evo mixer that comes with it, which controls all your routing, and just adjust it from there if you'd like, so that's super useful.
What about the display? Because obviously there's nothing going on at the moment. Do we get a nice kind of flashing red light if we're clipping so we can see it at the distance?
So now we've got 6 channels running on this currently. So if I just whack up that so it's clipping, you can see now when it switches back, you end up with a little peak signal, but also the actual channel itself. It's a bit light in here, but the channel itself is lit up red now. So you have a good few different ways of visually representing.
You can visually tell that something's going on.
And then you can just very easily knock it back down, and there you go. It's now a much healthier level, and you can continue.
Excellent. And this is available now?
Yes, so these are available now or very soon to be available, and this goes for £399 in the UK, Inc. VAT.
So that's part of an expanding range. Just to kind of briefly run us through what else you got.
So
you've got pretty much
as well as the Evo, we've got this is new out as well. So this is the Mark II version of the ID44 interface. It's the effectively the same ID44 interface that you might be familiar with. It's a 4 mic input interface with inserts on the first 2 channels. You obviously got input conditioning here where you've got a 48-volt pad and a high-pass filter. These are the Audient console mic preamps, so where the Evo 16 is using the new Evo preamps to basically allow you to digitally control them and do all the smart gain. These are the standard Audient console mic preamps that come from our consoles.
So what's the big difference then?
So the big difference, these are Class A preamps. They've been, we've been using them and the design since the late 90s in our large format consoles, and it's tried and tested in studios around the world. And these are solid, transparent preamps. They impart a kind of a character, but Audient preamps are known to be quite clean and transparent, so you can add the analog dirt and grunge and whatever else you want after the fact, but you have what you put in, you get out. This is also still kind of inspired by the console in general, this interface with the monitor control section, so you have function buttons which will allow you to do things like alt speakers, sum to mono, you've got dedicated talkback, dim and cut, things like that. In terms of the rest of the I/O, it's got 2 sets of speaker outputs, it's got 2 sets of optical ins and outs, so it's a 20 in, 24 out audio interface when it's been completely expanded. This new version also has improved converters, so the DACs have a much lower total harmonic distortion, so you get an even cleaner sound out of what was already a very clean flagship audio interface.
Yeah, I was going to ask what the changes are.
Yeah, so other than the facelift, as it were, like the new looks to make it in line with the other Mark II interfaces, it is the improved converters. We also have added audio loopback, which lets you record your computer audio and your mic audio at the same time, which is great for content creators, things like that, streamers, all that kind of thing. And then the other change, we've added an extra headphone output here. So ganged with output 1, you also have a mini jack connector, so you can technically run 3 sets of headphones at once over 2 separate cues. So whether it's an artist mix or for an engineer. And this is also available around about now and is $499 in the UK.
Excellent. Anything we've missed?
Yes. Probably the biggest thing of all, we actually have re-released a new version of the ASP4816 console. So if we go over here, this is the new ASP4816 Heritage Edition. So a few years ago, we re-released our original console, the ASP8024, to its Heritage Edition, and we've basically taken the 4816 and brought it up to that. So it's a 16 mic-free console, inline architecture, and the notable new features for anyone who might be familiar with the older consoles is we've now added transformer drive across the mix bus with a low bump and high bump EQ. So this just adds a nice bit of I guess kind of sparkle or secret sauce to the mix if you want to just add a bit of something. We have a new gain reduction meter just for easy viewing of the compressor, which I can probably make do something in a second, but we've also got a completely new look to it, so lots of very clear labeling of the routing, auxes, short fader, long fader. It's just been redone to be a super friendly console. It's totally analog. And this will actually be released as 2 separate versions. So for those who just want the typical ASP4816, there will still be just the ASP4816, which will have this new kind of look to it. And then there will also be the Heritage Edition, which will contain the new features, which weren't there on the original.
So what kind of facilities do you think this will end up in?
Yeah, so the 4816 is like a really small footprint. I don't know if it translates on camera, but it's actually quite a small console. So this is perfect for like project studios, professional studios. It's the Audient consoles have always been very, very popular in education as well, just because they're so easy to use and very cost effective as well. Very cheap to run and very efficient consoles.
And is it a bit scary if we ask about pricing and shipping for that one?
Yes, it is, and so that's something that's... Inquire now, send us an email, and we can talk to you about the pricing and about all of the other features, because obviously, big console, lots going on. I could probably talk for hours and hours about all the stuff on this, so yeah, so get in touch if you would like to know more.
Many thanks.
Thank you.